Alright, welcome everyone to my channel. It's Lisa Ann from Lisa Ann Tarot. Decided to do a twin flame connection sort of energy check-in right now. Where is the collective at with these current energies going on? We are pretty much smack dab in the middle of two eclipses. We're going through heavy downloads, a lot of energetic purging. Things are sort of coming to light that you can no longer hide. You can no longer hide from your feelings. You can no longer wear a false mask. Things are really coming to light, and really light is being shed on a lot. I know that I've been trying to rest and recharge and get on better, firmer ground. So I had put some questions out in my on my Facebook page to the collective, some questions that they would like to see answered in putting a spread together. So I'm going to use some of those questions that came out in this energy check-in. And we'll try to see if we can gauge where everybody's at right now. So in shuffling my cards and stuff like that, I grabbed the Gaia Oracle deck, and I asked for an overall theme for the current energies right now. And I got the Winter's End card. So the Winter's End card is about a cycle that's coming to an end, or something might be frozen. Things might be on a pause, or you could be in separation. Things aren't moving forward, they're frozen in time. So this card signals an end to that cycle. It talks about regeneration and rebirth, and a positive outcome to that. So right now what we're kind of going through is tying up loose ends. We're getting ourselves into alignment and into position to move forward into the next cycle as this one closes out. Purging old energies and healing old wounds, and kind of being able to move forward. And even though it might be baby steps right now, it might not even be noticeable, the changes that are being made behind the scenes. But this card signals that right now we're kind of like in the end of that whole cycle, that we have things to look forward to, rebirths, regenerations, new beginnings, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to go ahead and get a couple cards for the first question. So the first question is, where you're both at right now. So what are the current connection energies? Where is this connection at currently? What is the current connective energies? Okay, an oracle card on that one. Current connective energies, please. Where is the connection at this time? Let me take one more. This one really looks. Alright. So the first card we have is the Protector. Alright, so the Protector card is about what I'm getting is almost like a divine intervention. The connection is being protected. Things are on a pause right now while these energies get cleared. So it is sort of in a protected mode, so that both counterparts can process. We have recognition. So there is a recognition that this is a soul contract connection. There is a recognition that, you know, there is something to this connection, even though it might not be, you know, noticeable on the surface. We have contemplation. So they're both counterparts are in very much in deep thought about this connection, about, you know, which way they're going, you know, where they're at, where they want to be. And then we have signs. So, you know, the universe is trying to reassure them that things are happening, that, you know, they have it covered, that there's no need to worry. So both counterparts might be seeing signs, you know, that they're coming together, their new beginning, their positive outcome is coming. But right now they're in like this protected energy. So let's get a couple cards on where the Divine Masculine is right now. What is the energy for the Divine Masculine? What is he dealing with right now in his current energy? Current energy for the Divine Masculine. Energy for the Divine Masculine. One more card, please. Current energy for the Divine Masculine. Alright. Alright, so the Divine Feminine is definitely in the Divine Masculine's current energy. He's really has her in his mind. He has a Six of Swords, so he is very much looking toward coming out of these rough waters and into calmer waters. He could be going through some emotional upheaval. When you have water, you know, or the blue, that's all about emotion. So he is, you know, going through it, but he sees, you know, he sees home, and he sees coming out of this, I apologize, coming out of the rough seas, out of the turmoil and the upheaval, probably through this, and heading toward the Knight of Wands, coming toward the Empress. You know, kind of making a move, kind of, you know, wanting to come forward quickly. But remember, it's protected, so he's being held back. And he's got a couple cards. Where's the Divine Feminine at right now? What is her current energy? More? It's too many. One more card, please. Alright, so we have the Nine of Swords. The Divine Feminines are not sleeping well. Hello. You know, they're very stressed, very, something's keeping them up at night. They're in deep contemplation, Three of Wands. You know, possibly about their position, about their, you know, which way they're going, about their journey. The wand that she's holding has roses at the top. So this is about love. This is about, what she is planning in her life. There's new growth on these um, things. She wants to start fresh, but she's in deep contemplation about the journey. And then we have Six of Wands. Six of Wands is about victory. It is about a commitment, about a connection. So she's very much thinking about, contemplating this connection, and which way it's going to go, and how things are going to carry out, how they're going to progress. Let's get a guidance card for the Divine Masculine when it comes to the current energies. What is the guidance that the angels have for the Divine Masculine? Current energies. Past life relationship. You have known each other before. So the Divine Masculines really need to pay attention to the signs and pay attention to their intuition. They are being given signs that, they've been down this road before with their Empress. And as much as they might want to pull away or deny the connection, they do recognize that there is something there. There is a sense of home there for them. And let's get a guidance card for the feminine right now, for the current energies. Card of guidance for the feminine, for the current energies. We have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So, the angels see that she's stressing, that she's in contemplation. She wants to claim victory. So, they're saying to keep your intentions pure. Kind of don't give up at this point in the game. Clearly have in your head what you want, and it will come. It will come for you. It will come when it's ready. So this is signaling very soon. So what changes in the moon energy? What is the moon bringing to this connection at this time? Nothing yet is set in stone. So as far as this connection is concerned, it doesn't matter where you think it might be at this time. Things are still churning. Things are still changing. Nothing yet is set in stone. So you have to go with the flow. You have to allow things to mutate and change and form. That's part of regeneration, is keep it moving forward. All right, so that's the current energy. That's where we're at right now. So then the next question we have: what can you do to help move the connection forward? All right, so we have the connection. Okay. Well, there you go. You have the union card. So we're talking about union. We're talking about moving the connection forward. So what do we need to know about moving the connection forward toward union? What do we need to know? One more, please. Oh my gosh, okay. All right, so the question is, what can you do to help move the connection forward? So we have the Union card. We have Unawakened. We have Commitment. And we have Winter. So what I'm getting with this combination of cards is that, you know, you have to believe that your current situation, your perception of what union is might not be exactly what you're going to get. So you have to keep your mind open to what union could mean to you. So believing that union is here or attainable, remaining positive about the connection is going to help it move forward. There's still things that you're not awakened to yet. There are things that are happening behind the scenes that you don't know about, that you're not being shown. So you kind of have to have a blind faith and trust in the process of coming together. It's about a commitment. It's not only a commitment to each other, but a commitment to the journey, a commitment to yourself, and doing your work and making sure you are on the right page and on the right path and aligned. You can't say that you're committed to something, and as soon as the time gets tough, it's like, oh, I'm out. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. That's part of the healing is getting rid of that word can't, because you can. You signed up for it. You can do it. You have to make a commitment to it and follow it through. And that's how you help push the connection forward. And then we have Winter, and this Winter card, I think, is just a confirmation to the Winter's End card. The actual theme of the energies right now is that everything is frozen right now while we get into alignment for coming together and do our healing. It could be a test of faith. The universe might be testing you to see just how much commitment, how committed you are to the journey, how much faith do you have in your connection. Do you really believe that that's your twin, or you don't? So these are all the questions the universe is trying to make you answer to yourself. Do I believe in the signs that I see? Do I, believe I have the power to manifest anything that I want? Do I believe in myself? So that's what this time is all about really going within and really asking yourself the tough questions. So what can the divine masculine do to move this connection forward? What can the divine masculine do to move this connection forward? One more. The Five of Pentacles. We have Strength. And we have the Ten of Cups. So what I'm getting with this is he has to build up his strength to be able to walk away from this defeated energy that he's placed himself in for such a long time. and move forward. Take a step forward. And then we have the Ten of Cups. So this is about union. This is about believing in commitment. This is about believing in, attaining your dreams, attaining harmony and emotional fulfillment. So what can the masculine do to move this connection forward? Start believing in the Ten of Cups. Start believing that he can attain that this is possible. Come out of this defeated energy, build up your strength, and really take a step forward, and start to believe in this connection again. What can the Divine Feminine do to move this connection forward? Two more cards. That's two. All right. So we have the Hermit. The Hermit energy is about going within, really digging deep and answering, like I said, answering those hard questions. All along this journey, it's been about the Divine Feminine. It's been about her journey to wholeness. It's about, as she took a step forward, the masculine was able to take a step forward. I really believe at this point in time that they're taking steps forward together. They're learning their lessons at the same time. All along the journey, it was, will the Divine Feminine reach this place? And she brought the Divine Masculine along up with her. So she would learn her lessons and he would catch up. But I really believe they're at that point where they're learning their lessons and taking the steps forward together, towards being in alignment. So for her, what does she need to do to move the connection forward? She needs to go within and really get the tough questions answered, for herself. We have the Devil. So the Devil's energy is about sort of being bound to this connection. It's about really holding that passion and that fire, for her masculine, and really ride the wave of the connection, the passion, and the energy of the connection, to help pull her through this, because we also have the Eight of Cups. And normally the Eight of Cups is about sort of walking away from the connection. In this case, what I'm getting with this Eight of Cups card, it's about surrendering. It's about letting go. It's about letting go of expectation, not holding on too hard to the outcome, really letting it go and letting the divine take over. You've done the work. You pretty much know where you're at. And it's time for you to sort of not walk away in a sense of, abandoning the connection, but letting go and really surrendering. Kind of just, it is what it is. It'll happen when it happens. There's really nothing at this point that I can do but live my life, and, what is meant to be will be. So let's get some guidance from the angels. What can the Divine Masculine do to move the connection forward? Believe that you deserve love and you are lovable. So the Divine Masculine still has to learn a lesson about self-worth and self-love. And for the Divine Feminine, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So just like I said, surrendering, letting go of expectation, letting go to your view of how the outcome will be. Free yourself from being bound to this connection. Make sure that this is not consuming your life, that you need to continue to move on and create your footing and your foundation for this connection to happen. There are certain things that you need to do. You need to continue to move on, and surrendering to that, freeing yourself, living your life, raising your vibration, all these things that you've heard us say over and over again, is really what helps bring it all together and bring it closer. And what energies does the moon have? Or what energies the moon bring to move this connection forward? A time for healing. So yeah, so there's a lot coming up for healing. That is why things are frozen. But this is all about bringing it around to union. It's all about making a commitment to the process. Doing shadow work, letting go and surrendering, going within, making sure that all your things that have come up for healing are done, walking away from past emotions and past hurts, and believing in, that the Ten of Cups is attainable, that having harmonious, emotional connection with somebody is possible. You deserve love. You are lovable. So right now, to move this connection forward, you have to heal all of that. Okay? Let's see, what's the next one? Okay. So the next question is about hopes and fears. So let's get a card combination for the masculine. What are his hopes when it comes to this connection? A solid offer. What are the Divine Masculine's hopes for this connection? Come on. Divine Masculine's hopes for this connection. Okay. So we have solid offer. Yep, there it is. And we have solitude. And we have awakening. So his hopes for this connection is that he's able to, come out of this solitary energy, continue to awaken and awaken to this connection and experience it and be able to bring forward a solid offer towards his feminine. What are his fears? What are his fears? Oh, crud. What are the divine masculine's fears? Exactly what I... Interesting. One more card. Alright. So for the divine masculine, his fears about this connection, as he's gaining clarity, toward what this connection is about. He feels like a victim, or like he's powerless. He sees his divine feminine as being, you know, sort of other dimensional or otherworldly. Maybe he's putting her too high on a pedestal, that he's not going to be able to reach her potential. He's not going to be able to catch up with her. Interesting. Let's get so the romance angels are telling the masculine to release, to clear his energy, to release your ex. So it's to release what has happened to you in the past, or how you were treated in the past, the energies that you're carrying forward from the past. You need to let those go. The fears that you have, the things that are holding you back, are all self-limiting beliefs, and um, you need to see yourself the way your counterpart sees you, the way you hold up your counterpart, the way he holds up his feminine. He's got to see himself as an equal to her, and in order for him to do that, he has to clear his energy. So what is the moon going to do to help him with these fears and to bring these hopes to the surface and to help him with his fears? Look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. So for the masculine, with his hopes and his fears, he hopes to continue awakening and to be able to bring a solid offer to his feminine, to come out of this, this solitude that he has himself in. He doesn't want to spend all this time alone. He does want to be with his feminine. He does want this connection, but his fears are that he's not going to be good enough. He's not going to be able to attain the heights that he holds his counterpart, the light that he holds her in, that he's not going to measure up to her. And in that case, it's going to fail. It's going to take the similar road that other relationships have taken. So the romance angels come forward and say you need to release that old energy. It's time for you to clear that out. That those are self-limiting beliefs, and it's just not true. It's just not the way it is. Because you and your counterpart are of the same energy and sort of cut from the same cloth, you are always equal. And part of the journey is realizing your true potential and that you are limitless. And when you do come together, you are limitless. And it's just the energy and the things that you believe that hold you back. So take a look at the bigger picture. When you step back and you look at the journey as a whole, you've been there all along with each other through the whole thing together. As much as I hate to say it, it's separation is an illusion. But you have to believe. You have to believe in yourself. All right. So, what are the hopes and dreams? The hopes of the divine feminine for this connection. What does the divine feminine hope for this connection? What are the hopes? Hopes for the divine feminine for this connection. What does she hope? Okay. So we have a bunch of cards brought out here. We have heartbreak. We have vibrations. We have received. We have barrier. And the answer is yes. So her hopes for this connection is that the heartbreak that they both kind of suffered in being separated, even in past relationships that have brought them to this point in their connection, that she can somehow raise the vibration enough of the connection to get them out of that energy, to break down any barriers, to make sure that the messages are being received. And then at the end of the day, the answer is yes. That, whatever question she's putting out there, is this my twin? The answer is yes. Is this, are we going to be together? The answer is yes. So she wants to come out of this heartbreak. Her hope is to, get rid of the barriers, forget the heartbreak and leave it behind, raise the vibration enough to be able to receive the blessings that are being offered, and the answer, of course, being yes. So let's see what her fears are about this connection. Juggling. And her fears. One more. What are her fears? Almost like they're switched, but okay. So I guess her fears are that she's, you know, she's had patience all this time, and she wants union. She's devoted a lot of time and energy to the connection. But at the end of the day, you know, maybe things are going to continue to be up in the air. That, you know, there's always that fear that you're going to get that close, and, you know, you're going to realize maybe it's not that time, and things are still up in the air. And I think the cards, let's see, what's the message of guidance from the Romance Angels? Almost. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Well, there you have it. And what's the moon got to say? What's the moon energies you're going to bring to this question? To our hopes and fears. Your commitment is being tested. Okay, so with these messages for the Divine Feminine, and even through the other messages that we got, in her current energy, she's sort of in this nightmarish mode. She's stressing out. She's worried if things are going to happen, when they're going to happen. We had the cards come up about, you know, letting go, letting the divine take over, walking away, surrendering. So at this point in time, with everything going on, it really is the big message for the feminines is about surrendering. It's about letting go. It's about letting go to an attachment to an outcome, the thought of, you know, union being the ultimate goal here. The it can't be the focal point of your life. You have to continue to live your life and do things for yourself. Move forward, create your foundation, create your own happiness. The whole purpose of this journey is to become whole within yourself, to be able to be on your own with or without anybody, and to break any kind of codependent tendencies. And it's okay to want somebody, it's okay to miss somebody and want them in your life, but they can't be the only thing that you eat, breathe, and sleep. And I think we get so caught up sometimes in this journey and wanting to attain that ultimate goal so bad that we kind of smother it. We put that fire out because we don't let it breathe. So the big message here is about letting go. It's about sort of giving it over to the universe and saying, okay, here I am. You know what I want. You know what my dreams and my wishes are. Let's see if you can bring it to me. Because at the end of the day, it is about your commitment to the journey being tested. If it gets too hot, are you going to run? If it, is the work too hard for you to give up and go the other way? You have free will. You can walk away anytime you want. But one of the biggest tests that you'll have is commitment and trust. All right, let's do future energies. The future energies of this possible future energies of this connection. Let's say when we finally get to the end of this cycle. Future energies at the end of this cycle. How are we going to end this cycle? So at the end of this cycle, the future energies that we have coming up is we have a Judgment Day. So Judgment Day is, going to be at the end of the day. What are you going to do? How do you want to live your life going forward? Really taking a look at the big picture and making sure you know exactly what you want and how you want things to be. Are you in line with your soul's purpose? Are you, on the right path? Are you doing the right things? So there's going to come a time at the end of this cycle where you're going to have to look at that. We have free will. So you're going to have a choice. Do I stay or do I go? Am I going to believe in this connection and make a commitment to it, be devoted, or am I going to opt out and walk away? So you're going to be given a chance, a test of free will, a chance to, stay or go. We have the Spring card. So the Spring card could mean a point in time, but it also indicates new growth. It indicates a rebirth. It indicates a rejuvenation, a new beginning. And then we have balancing the scales. So at the end of this cycle, when this comes to an end, there's going to be sort of a judgment day for both counterparts. You're going to be faced with, is this really, the question, is this really what you want? And then you're going to be given the option to invoke free will or not. And at that point, that's when everything will come into balance. And then there will be a new beginning. So Let's see how the Divine Masculine is going to come out of this cycle. What is the Divine Masculine going to, what are his energies as he comes out of this cycle? Divine Masculine's energies as he comes out of the cycle. One more. Nice. The Divine Masculine is going to come out of this cycle with the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is, let's see here, get this exactly right. It's about surrender. It's about giving up and not giving up, but giving in. Kind of not throwing in the towel, but, sort of surrendering to the fight. He's no longer going to fight this connection. We have the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is a victory card. It is about union. It is about coming together and having a solid foundation as the King of Cups. So he's going to come out of this cycle in a very good, balanced, his emotions balanced, a very balanced and strong energy, very gentle and kind and caring. With the Four of Wands is like a union card, so it's all about sort of surrendering the last bit of fight that he had in fighting this connection and coming forward towards, building a foundation and union. Where does the Divine Feminine fare at the end of the cycle? Okay, at the end of this cycle, she's still going to be a little guarded, but she's taking the time to build up her strength. And then we have the Moon. So the Moon is about illusion. Let's get a little clarification on the illusion. Fire, please. So we have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles for her. So what I'm getting here is she's going to come out of the energies a little guarded, but she's gained strength. And the illusion that she was struggling with, remember she had the Nine of Swords, that's sort of a stressed out, nightmarish don't know what's going on kind of energy. That illusion that she was under is going to be lifted, and she's going to realize that she can have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. This is a long-term commitment. This is emotional stability, harmony, happiness. So whereas in this cycle and prior to this cycle, she was really doubting where this was going to go. Where was this going to lead? You know, is this really what I want to do? You know, we just talked about, you know, should I stay or should I go? You know, really worrying about union and how she was going to achieve it. Her directive is to let go and surrender. So when we come out of this winter's end cycle, and we've regenerated and we start the rebirth, the illusion that she's been living under of doubting the connection or doubting her journey or doubting what's going on is going to be lifted. And she's going to receive her blessings. It's all right here. So that's awesome. All right. So guidance, future energies from the romance angels. What are the guidance for the divine masculine and coming out of the energies? What does the divine masculine need to know? It's too much. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So this has to do with the healing. The healing that he's been doing has to do with family issues. It has to do with getting himself in alignment with his family and his connection, you know, to be able to bring about harmony. The Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Guidance for the feminine, please. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So that is about letting go, about surrendering, about living your life, and you know, being the light that's going to draw your masculine home. And then we have nothing will come of the situation. So what I get with that is the illusion that we're under with these energies and all the healing that's coming up, and the stuff that we're going through, the you know, having to deal with the worrying and the stress, and is it going to happen, is it not going to happen, all of that worrying is for nothing. And you know, we create the illusions for ourselves. So surrendering to the process and believing in the journey and believing in yourself is really what drives the journey. So I hope that that answered some of your questions, and everybody makes it through the current cycles, energy cycles. And thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.